So customer experience is a new concept integrated in the marketing strategy, usually of telecoms, insurance, and banking services. There are industries, companies that need to compete in a world where traditional industry boundaries are disappearing. There are industries where they are producing commodities, and the unique chance to hold the market is to develop new experiences. In the wine industry, adopted a differentiated strategy makes sense. We know that because the product is rarely a commodity. Price could be differentiated because of terroir, because of quality, because of brand awareness. Nonetheless, there are a lot of labels. If we look at the last research of Morgan Stanley in 2013 on the wine industry in the world, there are more than 1 million producers in the world of wine. Customers are becoming more knowledgeable and more demanding about wine. They are asking for new experiences. So when we talk about a customer in the wine industry, we have to consider the customer journey. The customer journey is made of a real cycle. We have 3 phases. We have the ex-ante tasting expectation, the tasting time, which is usually considered as the customer experience time, but it's only wine tasting, and the ex-post tasting perceptions. We have from a side we have expectation, and from the other side we have perception. The digitalization, if we look at IT technologies, the digitalization of the interaction between the producer and the final customer are changing and are becoming a lot. If we look at the customer experience life cycle, we can see that the number of touch points, opportunities to connect are many. Connection with wine and with the producer are about home, winery, wine shop, socials, website, chat, hangout. There are a lot of opportunities to connect with the producers. IT technology are becoming a significant support to selling wine through e-commerce platforms and new communication tools. 3 kinds of new technologies are entering in the wine industry. We can find data mining, which are processed to extract information, web technologies, social network, wine app, QR codes, etc., and business support system like CRM. Unfortunately, wine producers in the old world push their own philosophy to the market, and they don't consider expectation and perception of the final customer. The experience they see is only the wine tasting. On the other hand, new marketing and sales models, such as in the US DTC, direct to consumer, are exploding. And the consumer, the wineries, especially in California, are trying to convert the clients in friends, but they are asking their permission. It's not the traditional marketing model. I don't send information and that's it. I try to have a bilateral interaction. And in that way, the concept of customer experience is born. What we see in the industry that there are 4 gaps of customer experience. The first is the design gap, the difference between the gap between client expectation and wine experience promised. The delivery gap, the second, the gap between wine experience and delivery form. The third gap, perception gap, the gap between experience cycle and the wine tasting. And the fourth, expectation gap, which is the gap between customer effective perception and the initial customer expectation. What we observe between France, Italy, and California. The first customer experience initiatives are born in the small wineries in California through the development of DTC, direct-to-consumer initiative, to disintermediate the retailer. As you know, in the US, the market is 3-tier, and so to deliver the wine to the final customer is very complex. And the small wineries in California have found, thanks to digital technology, the way to cut off all this path to the market. In Europe, the customer initiatives are an embryonic stage, and they come with cross innovation in big companies like LVMH, Moet Hennessy, that are using luxury knowledge in the wine industry to strengthen the relationship with the final customer. So in that context, we have observed only wineries that are developing CX initiative out of the wine tasting room. And what we find? We find that CX initiatives are very linked with the generation of the website. We have found that it is also the rationality, the preference of the producer. They are creating 3 kinds of websites in line with their objective. The first is only showing, the second is only explaining, and the third is converting. So we have 3 generations. The first, which is like a vitrine. The second, which is more interactive and open. And the third generation, which is based on the direct dialogue with the final customer. In France and in Italy, they are mostly first and second generation, while in California they are already all second generation, whatever the dimension of the company. The wineries located in the low-end segment are privileging e-commerce, while the others don't give the possibility to buy direct. In this second case, commercial communication through newsletter and emailing are the main tools to sell direct. The second result we had, and the way to positive customer experience is coming from interconnectivity of the different support, IT support, to grow the opportunity to connect and cut off virtually the barrier between the producer and the final customer. So we have 2 kinds of connection, and we have 2 kinds of relationship. In the two first, we have an objective of allowing the customer to discover and to subscribe, to buy the wine. In the third situation, we are trying to convert the final customer in a friend. We are trying to go through a loyalty and retention programs. On the other side of the middle, the inbound marketing tools that should be used the big word big data are totally ignored. There are no analytics, conversion rates, customized campaign. Loyalty and retention programs are not included in the strategy. So, as a conclusion, what we say and that we have highlights 4 key drivers of customer experience. The first driver is a matter of mentality of the producer. The second is the way and the level of adoption of new IT in the business. The third is the way in which the market is approached. And the fourth is the vision, is where I want to go. Sorry.
Thank you.